There are leaders who want to control, and there are leaders who want to contribute. And the best way you prove your reign is to empower others to lead without you. Hey everybody, Dr. Martin Williams here. I help purpose-driven leaders discover, develop, and deploy their divine assignment so that they can really reign on earth, but they can do it without losing themselves. Founders, when they're thinking about something, they want to leave a legacy, the true ones. So this idea of king-making is my idea. I'm not saying no one else is doing it, but it's what I was told to do. Martin, don't just become a king. Create systems that creates kings. It's a society, it's a nation, and I want to talk to you about it. This is my voice. Well, you know, this is very exciting for me when we start talking about the codes of kings. This is so powerful, and being a kingmaker is so important to me. It is the badge I wear. It's the throne I sit on. It's the territory that I own. It is my voice of conviction, right? So number 4, we have to transfer our mantles. This is all about the transfer of your mantle, the transfer of your robe, the transfer of your throne, the transfer of your calling. Who are we transferring that to? Who are we giving that to? Who are we training for that? The idea of passing this on, did your heart raise? Did your pulse just go up? Many of you did. But did your pulse go up because you're afraid to do it? Or did your pulse go up, your heart rate go up because you're excited to do it? I want to talk to the people who are in both areas. If your heart rate went up because you're afraid to pass it on, you got to get over yourself. You got to get past you. You got to pass this on, or it dies when you die. Those of you, your heart rate went up because it's like, exactly. That's exactly what I want to do. I'm excited for you. You are a kingmaker. You don't just want to be a king. You want to create them. So true leaders plan their exit while they're still in motion. True leaders plan to leave. They plan to leave. They know they're going to leave, but they have a plan for when they leave, that their ideas stay, that there is success after they're gone. After they're gone. People don't understand, and I've told this story a lot of times, just one of my favorite. After 27 years in prison, 27 in prison, 27 years in prison, Nelson Mandela could have ruled for life. Instead, what did he do? He chose a team. He chose a team in his first term. He chose a team. He trained them all. And then he ran one term. I'm going to bring this team together. I'm going to train this team. I'm going to give them all my secrets, what I believe. I'm going to build foundations for an amazing nation. He built a nation, and then he passed on the mantle. He could have stayed. He could have continued to be the president of South Africa. Have you known a leader like this? We have to give term limits because a leader who gets that much power, that much influence, they're going to want to keep it. And that's not a leader. That's a dictator. Providing that the measure of leadership isn't how long you stay. He's teaching us. It's not a matter of how long you stay, but it's how it's what really continues after you when you go. When you leave, what happens after you? He left not at death. He left when he was still a bit young and healthy, so that he could be around to help mentor the next leaders who came up after him. You've got to do the same thing. You've got to do the same thing. You got to know that one day you're leaving. So why can't you leave before you have to leave? Why can't you mentor before you die? Kingship measures when it moves from control to contribution. There are leaders who want to control, and there are leaders who want to contribute. They want to contribute to society. They don't just want to control it. They want to leave something behind. And the best way you prove your reign is to empower others to lead without you. When you empower others to lead without you, now you're a secure person who's left something that the world can use to move ahead. When you plan your succession, you multiply your spirit across generations. When you can pass it on before you leave, and you watch these other people do amazing things, you can enjoy it. You can celebrate it. You can help to mentor. You can help to give voice. You can be, I say it all the time, true leaders, when they're launched out into the deep, they need something for their feet to touch the bottom. We can't expect every leader to tread water for a long time. We can be that foundation in the pool. We can stand underneath them so that they're not treading water. They're not struggling to survive, just keeping their nose above water. We can be intentional in creating that world where these leaders can rise to the top. Kings are great. We need them. But what we need really right now is kingmakers. People who have a system where they can make kings. When a torch is passed on in a relay, both runners touch it. When a baton is used in a race, every section of that race, the runner touches it. When I light another match or another candle, right? I'm touching something, but I give something for others to touch. One releases, the other receives. Same torch, same fire, same system, same power, same product until it gets better. That's legacy in motion. Everybody gets to touch it. When I'm gone, my goal is to have hundreds of thousands of people who are dedicated to helping people discover, develop, and deploy. Own yourself. Know yourself. Develop yourself. Own yourself in the marketplace. Who you are. You're now selling it to others. You're now presenting it to others. You're now teaching it to others. And now you're passing it on to others. That's legacy in motion. Define your exit strategy. Did that scare you? Was that off-putting? Oh, no, I don't want to know my exit strategy. Yes, define it. Define your exit strategy. In other words, what would need to happen in your business, your family, your company, your church, your small group, your board, whatever you lead? What would need to happen when you'd feel comfortable sharing it with someone else? What's going to happen when you're gone? Whether you leave that position while you're alive or whether you die and you leave it. What's your exit strategy? How are you going to do it? What does it need to look like for you to feel comfortable letting go? It's going to come a time in your life when you won't be able to refuse letting go, right? But what does that need to look like? Define it, write it down. What does it need to look like? Not because you're leaving, but because you're building something. You're building something. If all you do is build the slab, build the foundation of something big. This foundation is 3 feet deep, and it's a mile wide, but that's all that's there. It's just a foundation. No, you're leaving something in place where the next leader doesn't have to build foundation. They don't have to do all the pylons underneath. They don't have to do the plumbing that's underneath this slab. They don't have to excavate and build stuff. They don't have to put all the infrastructure in. You've done that. And now with the system you've left, they can build the first floor. Tell them who your successor is before you die or before you leave. Yes. Don't make everybody fight over it after you're gone. A wise king doesn't die. He duplicates. A wise queen doesn't die. She duplicates. Duplicate the leader. Give power to that leader. Show that leader, introduce that leader to the people they're going to lead. Introduce that leader to the people who have been in your corner for years. They need to know. Because why? Because you're creating kings. You're creating a society that's going to lead past you. I don't just want to be a leader. I want to be a legend. I want to have legacy. In order for me to do that, I must prepare systems and teach others how to do it. They might not have this emblem. This might not be their crown. It's mine. They have their own. But it's my job to build that society. That's it, everybody. The goal was never to make you famous. It was to make you fruitful. And because you're a kingmaker, you have given your life to becoming fruitful. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe and go ahead and watch the next video.